It's Travel Michigan. I'm Dave Lorenz, and we are just about at that time of the show where we're about ready to come to the end, but not before we find out about another one of our beautiful small towns in Michigan. You know, Michigan certainly is known for its big cities like Detroit and Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo and Lansing and so many others. But I think one of the things that makes pure Michigan a wonderful place is its small towns and kind of the back to family type nature of a lot of our small towns. So we're going to explore one of them next that we highly recommend you consider checking out. It's the town of Tecumseh, and to tell us all about it, let's bring in Paula Holtz. She is director of the Tecumseh Downtown Development Authority. Paula, welcome to the program.
Hi, Dave. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, you know, first and foremost, I think we need to find out where Tecumseh is. Why don't you tell us where people can find the little town of Tecumseh?
Sure will, Dave. You know, we're pretty easily accessible. We're about 17 miles from US 23. We're just southwest of Ann Arbor.
And so, people who are in that area, they might think of Ann Arbor or Ypsilanti first when they're kind of considering of things to do, places to go. But there are several really cool smaller towns like Tecumseh right in that area. And at this time of the year, I should say, what are people going to find when they come to Tecumseh?
Sure. You know what we've really found is people love to have an excuse for a day trip outing. And we do really well with folks from even downriver or the Toledo, Ohio market. Mm-hmm. People really love to Tecumseh, spend the day, stay overnight, make a weekend of it. Certainly this time of the year, people are looking for an excuse to get out and about. And so we're always trying to find ways to accommodate them here in Tecumseh. Coming up, we've got a few special events. One of our next events downtown is Downtown Divas Night for all the ladies in the house. March 28th, ladies come out. The store owners downtown offer extended hours. They offer free gifts. They offer beverages and refreshments, and just generally treat the ladies like divas. So really, folks come out. They bring their girlfriends, their moms, their sisters, and they come out and have a great time that night in downtown Tecumseh.
Those are really popular events. Women love to get together with other women and just have a good old time.
Indeed.
And it sounds like they'll find some great places to visit there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, tell us about the town itself. What are people going to find when they come downtown? Kind of paint a picture of the town for us.
Sure will. You know, we're a community of about 8,500 residents. We're not terribly large, but for a community of our size, we have a lot of arts and culture going on. We have a performing arts theater here that seats 572 folks. We have national performing acts that come. We have local productions. Coming up, we have Junk to Funk, which is an eco-fashion show where folks repurpose materials and make them into fashions. That's a really cool thing. But we've got lots of arts and culture going on here in Tecumseh. This spring, we've got, coming the 1st of May, we've got our 5th annual Art Trail Tecumseh. We've got about 15 sculptures that will be featured in and around downtown Tecumseh. And that's been an annual, very well-received event for us where people can just come see the sculptures at their leisure. It's free, it's outdoor, it's sculpture. It's a really fun thing.
Those are fun. I enjoy doing that myself and just seeing, various installations from sculptors and designers of this type of work. But I also, of course, enjoy either walking preferred or driving around and just seeing the area because there's some beautiful sights.
Yeah, we've really started to become known for our open space, our trails. We've got canoes and kayaks. We've got a little livery, I believe that's how you pronounce it, here at our local community center. And we've really started to promote some of our outdoor activities. We've been very pleasantly surprised at how active folks in our community are and how excited people are to come to Tecumseh to take advantage of some of those natural attractions. So we're really trying to take, the best of what Tecumseh has to offer, and that's why we wanted to be a part of this Pure Michigan campaign, is to really share the news with people outside our area.
Well, you have a ton of special events, that go year-round, but I think people who are just kind of looking for a beautiful small town with interesting architecture and such would find the area really attractive.
I think you're right. I think what we're really known for is our downtown. We've got a really thriving downtown business district. We've got a lot of really specialty and unique stores and restaurants. We've got Evans Street Station, which is our fine dining restaurant here. They make everything from scratch. They're really quite a destination restaurant. In our former fire station, folks really do come from many miles around to enjoy Evans Street Station.
I've been there. Very nice place.
Have you?
Yeah.
So glad to hear that. And they participate with some of our other local food establishments where they're promoting Tecumseh really as a foodie destination, which seems like an unlikely pairing. But we have the British Pantry, which is in Tea Garden Cafe. They serve British fare. We have a winery downtown Tecumseh, Pentamere Winery. And we have a local wine and cheese shop where they make cheese and they sell specialty grocery and cheese items. Really kind of a nice little destination to round out a trip to Tecumseh.
Do you know why the town was founded there? Was it a kind of railroad town?
I think that is indeed part of, I think we were, M50, I believe, used to really be the route from Detroit to Chicago, if you would. And depending on what you want to believe about local lore, whether or not the Shawnee leader Tecumseh actually ever came here or not, we're not entirely sure, although we should certainly make up a good story, I would imagine. But, I believe this was really a crossing route for the Native Americans and then for subsequent settlers. But the railroad did indeed play a large part in our settlement. Yeah,
well, it kind of fits into that kind of look of that kind of a downtown, to imagine the railroad coming through back in the day when people would get out at downtown and be looking for that little restaurant or pub or whatever. Of course, you can find, as you mentioned, all these great places to eat and such. Let's talk about some of the events. You mentioned Junk to Funk. When is that, and where is that again?
Sure. It is at the Tecumseh Center for the Arts, which is just right next to downtown Tecumseh. It's April 18th, which is a Thursday night, and this is actually their second annual. But it's gaining a lot of attention locally. A lot of folks really enjoy that event, and I think that you'll hear a lot more to come from that event coming up.
So you actually kind of go from that to your art walk, which is later in April. I think it's on the 26th this year.
That's correct. Yeah, we've had great success. A couple of times a year, we invite artists to come out and display and demonstrate in our local businesses. The businesses offer extended hours. They offer refreshments. The artists offer their wares for sale and demonstrate. And people just love to come out for it. You can't beat it. It's a nice spring event. People are itching to get out. And, essentially it's free.
Yeah.
We hope you'll spend money downtown, but we'd love to just have you come and check it out.
Exactly. Well, am I correct? It seems like your classic car programs that happen during the warm weather months, they seem like they'd be probably your biggest event, for the season.
We have lots of, we have a lot of folks come out with classic cars, and in conjunction with that, the same night as the classic car shows, we also have music in the park. So we have some really active Thursday night activities in downtown. So the culmination of several things going on, it's a pretty active Thursday night here in downtown Tecumseh during the summer months.
That's a great idea. I love that whole thing about a series. Paula, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Paula Holtz, director of the Tecumseh DDA, or Tecumseh, I noticed how she pronounced it. Either way, you'll enjoy it. Check it out in that Ann Arbor area. And for more information, just go to downtowntecumseh.com. That is all the time we have for this week's program. Seemed to go fast sometimes. This was one of those programs. So we do hope that you join us next week. We want to thank Mark Blackwell for engineering today's program. And on behalf of George Zimmerman, back at the Travel Michigan office, and Michelle Benache, I'm Dave Lorenz, thanking you for joining us. We'll talk to you next week right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at Michigan.org.